Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into it, looking at WWE Raw from June 23rd, 2025, live from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, the nationwide arena. You could almost feel the buzz through the screen, right? Over 13,000 fans there.
Absolutely electric. And it was the big one, the go-home show for Night of Champions.
Definitely not just another Monday. It felt like, battle lines are being drawn, destinies colliding, heroes hunted, all that good stuff.
Legends written, or maybe broken. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. And our mission, like always with these deep dives, is to give you that shortcut. We'll pull out the key moments, the important insights from the sources.
So you know what really mattered? What the big strategic moves were heading into the pay-per-view.
Precisely. Making sure you grasp what's most important from such a pivotal night.
And wow, what a night. We've got the man, the nightmare, the queen in waiting.
Jade Cargill, yeah. Big implications there.
And of course, those last gladiators in the King of the Ring bracket. Big stuff.
There were definitely some surprising facts, some crucial turns. It really set the stage.
Okay, so where do we even begin with a show this packed? You mentioned the Storm Gathering. It felt like Seth Rollins kicked it off right away.
Oh, absolutely. Right at the top. We're calling this bit the Architect's Manifesto and the Rise of a Monster.
He came out with Heyman, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Quite the statement just walking out.
And the promo.
Yeah.
Audacious is the word. He didn't hold back.
No, he basically looked at Cena, Gunther, Punk, Goldberg, Cody, G, Randy Orton, everyone.
And said they're all just running a race for second place. That's a direct quote.
His line was, this is the finish line. This is the end game. It has and always will be Seth freaking Rollins.
It's fascinating, right? It's not just confidence. He's trying to completely reframe the power structure.
How so?
Well, he's saying he's not a champion. He's the endpoint. The architect, past, present, future, all of it.
And that line, not here for them, he's here for power, that felt key.
Exactly. It shifts everything. It's not about chasing a belt anymore. It's about chasing him or getting out of his way.
Which led perfectly into that first match, didn't it?
It did. Penta, the unpredictable badass, against Braun Breaker, the wild card.
And Penta came out like a house on fire. That lightning hurricane Brana, the head scissors, the springboard crossbody, those kicks. All speed.
Pure fury. But Breaker, he just absorbed it, didn't he? That brute strength.
Yeah. How did you see that dynamic? It felt like speed versus immovable object for a bit.
Well, Breaker's power was just dominant. That thunderous suplex, the backbreaker, looked absolutely brutal.
Golden finish. Wow.
Shocking. But it tells you so much. Penta goes for another high-flying move, that springboard.
And Breaker just plucks him out of the air with a spear, folded him in half.
It wasn't just power, though. That's the thing. It was timing. Predatory, using Penta's own speed against him.
That suggests more than just muscle, right? Some cunning there.
Absolutely. There's intelligence behind that monster.
And then Rollins drives the point home afterwards, tells Penta, this is your one warning, stay out of my way.
What did that signal to you? Just trash talk or something more?
It felt like cementing the faction, making it clear this group is ruthless.
I agree. This wasn't standard rhetoric. With Breaker and Reed standing there, it felt like a declaration of intent, absolute control. They'll run over anyone.
You really felt that power dynamic shift.
Definitely.
But okay, shifting gears a bit. Another kind of dominance on display, Jade Cargill. Her ascent continues.
Yes, and this connects to some interesting backstage stuff, too. Let's call this the Queen's Ascent and backstage rumblings.
So Cargill faced Roxanne Perez, described as chess and war.
Which is a great description. Perez was slippery, quick, used every trick like that roll-up near fall.
But Cargill's power, slams, backbreakers, she even did push-ups mid-match.
Just pure flexing. Then the spinebuster, the choke slam, Perez showed heart, but Cargill's jaded. That pump handle slam, that was decisive.
Yeah, she's not just strong, she seems very focused, strategic.
Means business, like he said. And this win, it wasn't just another notch on the belt.
No, it sets up the Queen of the Ring final against Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow.
And the sources really leaned into the promise of war there. Two titans.
They have history too, right? Tag ranks?
They do, which adds another layer. This isn't their first dance, but it's definitely the biggest stage for them against each other. For the crown.
Huge implications for the women's division.
And while that's happening in the ring, the backstage stuff was hinting at more chaos.
Right. Adam Pearce on that tense phone call felt like big decisions looming.
Definitely. And AJ Styles calling out Dominic Mysterio's injury, that felt like more than just suspicion. Felt like planting seeds for a feud.
Yeah, you think Dom's really hurt or?
Hard to say for sure, but AJ clearly doesn't buy it.
Oh.
Plus, New Day getting booked against Balor and JD. New tag team dynamics shuffling.
But maybe the biggest backstage factor, Liv Morgan's injury.
Huge. That creates a massive power vacuum in the women's division. You can almost feel everyone else seeing an opportunity, getting more ambitious.
A new pecking order is definitely forming. Everyone wants that top spot.
Exactly. Urgent opportunity is the vibe.
Okay, let's talk legacies now. And futures feeling, well, uncertain.
Yeah, this brings us to Goldberg.
That pre-taped interview, intense. You saw, like the sources said, the crackles in his eyes, age and rage.
He didn't mince words. Gunther disrespected him. He's coming to make Gunther pay.
Even with the one foot's already in the grave line, it's pure Goldberg audacity.
It is. It's that classic blend of bravado and acknowledging reality. Fans eat it up.
And the last ride question, his answer was just, we'll see.
Masterful, right? Keeps you guessing. Hints he might still want more title shots. Perfect for a go-home show.
But then you get Gunther's response, just definitive.
Completely. The ring general just cut right through it. It's not 1999 anymore. It's 2025. I am the guy.
That felt like more than just hype for the match.
Oh, way more. He said he's going to kill a legacy. Ensure the myth of Bill Goldberg forever dies.
Chilling is the word. It's not just about winning the match for him.
No, it's psychological dismantling.
Yeah.
He gets it. You don't just beat Goldberg. You have to beat the idea of Goldberg. Bury the legend. Erase the era.
Calculated, ruthless in a different way than Rollins' crew.
Precisely. And speaking of getting personal, Sami Zayn found himself in Karrion Kross's sights.
Right, Cross trying to get under his skin,
Yeah.
telling him he'll never be world champion.
But Sami's comeback, perfect. Just tick-tock.
Concise, confident. Set up the match instantly.
Yeah, it felt like Kross's usual mind games just hit a wall, and now it's a direct hunt. Personal.
That intensity wasn't just with the men either. Let's talk chaotic championships and table-shattering statements.
Okay, the women's Intercontinental title match. Becky Lynch versus Bayley.
Man, that was a scrap. Felt desperate for both of them.
It really did. And the finish. Becky retains, but via countout, after burying Bayley under chairs outside.
Champion's advantage, technically, but messy.
Very messy. And then Lyra Valkyria gets involved, adding another layer of chaos.
Right, she comes out, supposedly to help Bayley. Gets taken out by Becky.
And then she deliberately attacks Becky, causing the DQ.
Which helps Becky keep the title, but stops Bayley from winning it. I mean, what was that?
Exactly. Leading to that post-match argument, Bayley yelling, "This was my match."
And Lyra's response, this was about the championship, it's not about us.
That's fascinating, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It implies Lyra's focus is purely, solely on the title itself. Forget alliances, forget who she costs the match.
So she screwed Becky out of a clean win and screwed Bayley out of a potential win. Complicated.
Very. Left everything feeling unfinished, but the chaos wasn't done.
No, Raquel Rodriguez made her presence felt, big time, against Rhea Ripley.
Huge power play. Raquel hits that Tahana bomb, her power bomb finisher.
And puts Rhea straight through the announce table. The crowd absolutely lost it.
They did. And Roxanne Perez tried to get involved earlier too, but Ripley just tossed her aside. It shows how physical things were getting across the board.
Raquel sending a massive message there. She's a major threat.
No question.
Okay, finally, the main event. Pitched as a battle for the ages. King of the Ring semifinal.
Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. An instant classic was the feeling. Winner gets Randy Orton at Night of Champions.
Started with respect, that handshake.
Yeah, but that didn't last long. It quickly became that power versus speed dynamic. High octane.
What were the key moments for you?
Well, Jey hitting that Samoan drop definitely felt like a little nod to Orton. Cody came close with the Cody cutter.
That springboard forearm.
But the moment everyone gasped, Jey hitting Cody with his own crossroads.
Whoa! And Cody kicked out.
At 2. Just barely. Showed how well they scouted each other. Incredible moment.
So how did Cody finally put him away? It got really intense there at the end.
It did. Cody hit a third cutter, but this one was massive from the top rope. Huge risk.
Followed immediately with the crossroads.
That was it. He hit it clean, got the pin, the place erupted.
But the image after the match.
Yeah, that was powerful.
Yeah.
Jey Uso, completely battered, exhausted. But he gets up and raises Cody's hand.
Respect. Exhaustion. The weight of it all. Standing ovation.
It perfectly captured the moment. Solidified Cody's spot in the final. Not just as a winner, but as someone who earned that respect.
So wrapping this all up, what a final battleground before Night of Champions. This Raw really did forge new paths. raise the stakes everywhere.
Absolutely. Looking ahead, you've got Cody versus Randy for the King of the Ring crown that feels legendary already.
Becky Lynch, her title reign is suddenly looking very precarious with new hunters circling.
Right. And that huge collision, Gunther versus Goldberg. Legacy on the line.
Plus, the Queen's crown. Jade Cargill versus Asuka, that's going to be a war.
Every major story has a really clear, intense direction now heading into the big show.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? This pursuit of titles, of crowns, it pushes everyone.
Beyond their limits sometimes.
Yeah, what does it really mean when they have to push that hard? Sometimes sacrificing alliances, maybe even their own legacies, just for that shot at immortality.
That's a deep question.
Something for you, the listener, to mull over after this deep dive. What lines get crossed for glory?